Alright, what is up everyone? This is NHA37, also known as NHAlog here at Top Deck MTG, and I'm going to be doing a vlog for GP Phoenix this weekend, Grand Prix in my home state of Arizona, and I thought I'd share my experiences with you. And starting off, this is the night before Friday, so not before the main event, but before the first day of the Grand Prix, and this is what I'm bringing. So I thought I'd share with you some essentials if you're like never gone to a Grand Prix before, stuff you should bring. So yeah, let's get right into it. First off, you want to have like a bag like this, kind of like a tote bag or a drawstring bag. It's really important that you have a small bag like this because you don't want a big backpack when you go, because you're going to be walking around a lot. There isn't really a lot of places to sit unless you're in around. But even then, you have to put your bag somewhere, and it's hard to walk. So, and you also don't want to get weighed down and have your back start hurting from that extra weight on your back. So important you have a bag like this, and also limits what you could bring. And when I'm talking about the bare essentials right now, the stuff that like you should bring, but like you can bring a little more. So if you have a little more stuff you want to bring, then go for it. But I wouldn't recommend anything way too big. Stuff like this is perfect. It should fit everything. It fits everything I'm going to talk about here. So yeah, get a tote bag like this. Awesome. So next, extra sleeves. These are my draft sleeves. I'm going to be doing a draft event tomorrow. Even if it's because even though it's a constructed Grand Prix, there's some draft events, and even if you're not planning on doing any draft events, you never know what's going to happen. Your friend wants to do it at a giant event, and like, hey, it's draft. Always important to have some extra sleeves on you. These are all packs of 40. This one's a little more than 40. This one is too. But even so, it's good to have extra sleeves. You don't need to have this whole thing like this. This box is for the deck box for the draft. So you can just put like your singles like in this extra area right here, and then the draft deck. But yeah, always important to have some extra draft sleeves on you in case of draft. So yeah, this should be the biggest. If you have something like this, we have a lot of spare sleeves. This should be the biggest thing in your bag besides maybe like your deck box or something like that. So important to have this. Next is a way to keep track of life. I use a boogie board. I love it. I'd recommend anybody who plays constructed gets a boogie board. It's just more reliable than dice. This is a paper like notepads do. Because you just write on it, then you erase, and it's super easy. But if you use dice or use a notepad, just something that helps you keep track of life. I wouldn't recommend dice because somebody knocks a table and then what was our life total again? It's kind of a mess. So I recommend a boogie board or a notepad, just some way to keep track of life. Bring it. It should be awesome. Next, sideboard plans. So this is a constructed Grand Prix. It's modern. So what you can do, and not a lot of people know this, but you can actually make sideboard plans beforehand. Like, see, I have 25 different decks I've sideboarded against. You cannot look at these in-game, but in between games, so when you're sideboarding, when it's important, instead of having to think during the game, like, okay, how am I going to sideboard against this? You're going to have it written down. Like, I'm playing Burn for the Grand Prix, so let's say I'm playing against Tron. Boom, it's the first deck right there. I don't have to think during the game, hey, how am I going to sideboard against Tron? I know, okay, I'm bringing Destructive Reveries and Molten Rains and burning out Searing Blazes and Lavamancer. Perfect. And it's easy, it's efficient, and it's fast. It doesn't matter so much for me because I'm playing a fast deck, but if you're playing something like a control deck, even something like Standard or Legacy, you need all the time you can get. So you don't want to be spending extra time thinking about how you're going to sideboard. Oh, maybe I should do this, second guessing yourself. Get some friends, your teammates, bang out what you're going to sideboard beforehand, write it down, boom, good to go. Highly recommend doing this. Next is a form of hydration, a water bottle. I'm personally not going to bring, don't get one of these. Bring a refillable water bottle. I know you could technically refill this, and you can, but you want to bring something like a hydro flask or a big, big size water bottle that you can bring and refill, because you don't want to get dehydrated. You want to stay hydrated. Good for your health, and it's just bad because if you're like dying of thirst, you're not gonna focus. So you want water. Bring water. Next, I go with the T-Woo strategy of not eating a lot during Grand Prix. It's an old chess strategy too, that if you eat a lot of food during an event, you'll have more energy going to your stomach rather than your brain, and then you won't focus as much. I know that sounds far-fetched, but sometimes you eat something and you're like, man, I really want to take a nap right now. Like you eat like a McDonald's burger and like, man, I really want to take a nap. You don't want that during an event. You don't want to be in the middle of a match and just like start yawning, getting really tired, because you're not going to focus as much. So bring light food. I'm going to bring some power bars like this, also some trail mix, some mixed nuts, Just some light snacks that you can eat throughout the day if you're getting a little hungry. Just to keep you active. You don't want to starve yourself. Just get as much like nourishment as you need without overeating. Don't overeat. Overeating is bad because it just takes away from energy. So bring some protein bars or some mixed nuts or something. Always good. Next, some pens. Even though I'm using a boogie board to keep track of my life, it's always a good idea to bring some writing utensils like pens or pencils. Most recommended is pens, but if you just don't have pens, the pencils work fine. This is for deck registration. So like, hey, I need to fill out a deck list sheet. You don't have to go searching for a pen. You usually have one, but like, you don't want to do that. Like, you try to have a pen right there. Also for signing match slips, and like there's an awkward moment where you and your opponent don't have a pen. You have to like ask around for a pen. That's kind of sucks. Always have a pen on you. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Just have writing utensils. Good idea. Next, your deck. Duh. I don't really need to talk about this too much. As I said, I'm playing Burn, like Wood of Foothills and Monsters with Spears and such. Signed. Look all pretty. But yeah, I use the monolith deck box. Important because like it stores all my dice and it's more compact and doesn't take as much space using like a dice bag or something. So I'd recommend getting a box like this. And it's always a good idea to use a singular deck box like this. I know there's some stuff like the Ultimate Guard makes these like dual deck boxes that hold multiple decks. You don't want to use those for the main event because if you get deck checked, you're supposed to have your deck and stuff inside your deck box, and that can be a game loss. And I don't really know what the actual rules are for that, but it's possible that you can get a game loss for that, and that's just no fun. You don't want to get a game loss for not having a good deck box. So get one of these deck boxes. They're sweet. They're like $10 maybe. I'd recommend. They fit. This is a double sleeve deck. So this is 75 double sleeve. I think it fits 100 double sleeve cards with my commander. Just get one of these. They're awesome. Next, new sleeves. I cannot stress this point enough. I've used these sleeves that I've been using for a burn deck like a month, and already they're getting like this kind of crinkly, wrinkly pattern on top. So it's very, 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 very important that you get brand new unused sleeves. These are not, I've never used these sleeves before. I ordered these online about a few weeks ago, and I've never used them. Yeah, they're gonna be a little slippery, but it's so important that you don't have like a split sleeve somewhere that can get seen as a marked card, because that's just free wins for your opponent if you're playing against some jerk who's like gonna call you out on it. And even though like, hey, it's just a split sleeve, you never know what's gonna happen. So it's a very, very good idea to have new sleeves on you always. Like these are Dragon Shields, Ultra Pro, Eclipse sleeves are great too. Just have new sleeves on you to like reinforce your deck, I guess, and to just ensure that you're not going to get like losses and for no reason. Because that just really sucks. And you're there to have fun, so you want to have fun, right? Get new sleeves; they're awesome. Next, playmat. Get a playmat. I don't know if you've never been to a Grand Prix before. Kind of not sitting down without a playmat and just playing on the bare table is kind of like a noob thing to happen. Yeah, the tables have like a sheet on them, I guess, but like it's expected when you're playing at a high level event like this that you have a playmat. It's just gonna happen. Like you need a playmat. Get a playmat. I use my Eldritch Moon Champion one because that's my favorite playmat. But it could be something, of course, like don't use anything that's inappropriate. It has like some sensual art on it or like some like offensive language. Don't use that. But like if it's some anime art or your favorite Magic art or a champion mat or a mat that you drew on yourself, just use a mat. Use a mat. Next, and this is actually a pretty important point that not all the people think of, cash. Bring cash. Because if you use cash, it's easier to limit yourself. Because there's a lot of stuff at Grand Prix. There's booths and events and stuff. And if you're trying, especially if you're trying to limit yourself, like, hey, I don't want to spend a ton of money at this Grand Prix, and you know that, but you see that shiny new card that you needed really bad for your new commander deck, and you forget about how much you're spending, limiting yourself, and before you know it, you're spending all this money you didn't expect to spend. It's a lot easier to limit yourself with cash instead of cards. Not these cards, obviously, but like with credit cards. So obviously don't bring like just $20. Bring enough money that you need to survive. Like bring money for lunch or money for like some sleeves or some events. Some events are expensive, so maybe have like a lot of cash to start off with, but don't add any cash, I guess. Just cash is a lot easier to limit yourself with. So if you're there with just card and no cash, you're going to be going on a riot. So just bring cash, important. Another thing that's very important is like I have asthma. Bring medication. You're there to have fun, don't die. So I'm going to bring my inhaler. because if I have like an asthma attack randomly, like it's very rare, it doesn't happen. You don't want to be like in the middle of an event and start dying, and then bring your medication. If it's like painkillers or like some aspirin is a great idea to bring some aspirin, because you don't want to have like this roaring headache in the middle of a Grand Prix and not be able to deal with it. So good idea to bring any kind of medication, some kind of like relaxant or anything. Perfect. Bring it. Don't die. Have fun instead. Something my friends say. That's pretty much it. I like to call this the bare essentials. This is stuff that you should bring to everything. I guess like you don't have to bring cyber plans and stuff like that, or you don't have to bring cash, but you should always have some sleeves, way to keep track of life, your deck obviously, water, snacks, cash, medication, playmat, new sleeves, pens. Always have that stuff. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be playing in a 10:30 event. It'll be a sealed deck. So I will be doing a vlog throughout this entire weekend from Friday tomorrow to the end of day 2. If I make day 2, fingers crossed. And yeah, this is going to be awesome, guys. See you then. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Morning, the first Grand Prix. Let's do this. Got my bag all packed and loaded. So it should be fun picking up a few friends on the way there, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. See you there. Hey, here are some friends on the way to the Grand Prix.
Friends.
Hey guys.
Friends.
Almost
Hey,
there.
what's up?
See you inside.
All
right.
We here.
The Grand Prix just showed up. This was all people walking in. It's pretty sweet. Got a limited event, like a half hour, so it's gonna be fun. Let's do this. All right, just open up my pool. Pretty good. I got a. Let me show you guys if I can turn this around. Pretty sweet, like night deck. Hopefully you get there. Round 1's starting like now, so wish me luck. Let's do this. 1-0 after round 1. Me and my friend Matt here.
I played Nolan because I didn't show up.
You really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I actually won my match, and then I am here.
Deck's good.
His deck is really insane. Radiant Destiny is a card. So yeah, hopefully let's get it next round. Awesome.
Yeah.
2-0. I won that last round, just barely. My opponent's deck was like insane. He had Rekindling Phoenix and Gishath and some like other Naya bombs. Thought it was awesome. I was lucky to win that one. So yeah, let's keep it going. Win round 3. Let's do this. Ooh, I got whopped that round. Opponent had a nutty green-black deck. So I'm out of that event. It's single limb, but already signed up for a modern last chance trial. So I'm playing Burn, my main deck. Hopefully do good. Better than that. 2-1 is pretty good. Got the 100 ticks.
Ponza's better.
Okay, Ponza's not better than Burn. So yeah, I mean, let's do good and hopefully get some buys for tomorrow. Yikes. Opponent went turn 1, 3 hollow ones, or 2 hollow ones, and yeah, can't beat that. I actually almost did though. Got him to 1, but lost that match, unfortunate. Hopping in right into another one though. So hopefully I'll do better in this one, and hopefully earn some buys for tomorrow. Update, I joined the new last chance trial and I won my first match against John 2-1, which is awesome. It was a very close match. And I got a bye in my second round, so sweet. I'm 2-0 and going to round 3. So hopefully I do better in my last round 3 and actually win this time. This place is absolutely sweet. I'm gonna do a walk around right now and just show you guys the amazingness of GP Phoenix, so enjoy. You can.
if there's anything to do.
I think he just finished. Well, I mean, actually, no, my
Yeah. 256 is empty.
Okay. I beat the burn mirror. Awesome. I'm 3-0. If I win next round, then I get 2 buys for tomorrow. So I am pretty hyped, not gonna lie. It was an awesome match. 2 core firewalkers against him. It was amazing. Super nice guy too. 2 of my friends actually just joined the first modern event where I lost. They went 4-0 and have 2 buys. So super excited. A lot of us are getting buys and hopefully have a good tournament. And it's gonna be awesome. Catch you guys soon. Yes, I won my last round. 4-0, 2 buys tomorrow, starting off 2-0. It's amazing. Can't wait for tomorrow. Driving some friends, so it's not like I get to sleep in, but I mean, starting off the day 2-0 is pretty sweet. It's my friend Josh. He also got 2 buys. So yeah, it's gonna be an awesome day tomorrow, and I can't wait for first day of the Grand Prix. I'll see you there. All right, here at dinner, for the first night, getting ready for the stuff tomorrow. I don't know, I can't flip this, so I'm just gonna.
Did a foot race or whatever, and like Matt fell.
Should be fun. That was an awesome day 1 of this Grand Prix, even though it wasn't actually day 1 of the main event. Had a lot of fun, opened up a pretty good seal pool. Had some fun with friends, which was awesome. And I just walked past the convention center, picking up my friend, driving him home, but it's awesome. I get to start tomorrow, 2 buys, which is whew, sweet. I've never had buys before in an event, so that should be fun. So yeah, like I get to sleep in a little bit, which should be fun. This place is awesome. If you haven't been to a Grand Prix, I'd highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. So yeah, this is the end of day 1. So I'll see you for day 2 of the Grand Prix, first day main event. Alrighty, this is Saturday morning. It is the first day of day 1 of the Grand Prix. Not the first day of the Grand Prix, the first day. Day 1 of the main event that I'll be playing in. So it should be fun. There's actually 8 people on my team, and 3 of us got buys yesterday from winning last chance trials, so that's really cool. So a lot of us are already starting with an advantage, and the rest of us, we're all playing really solid decks. We've been testing for like months for this event, so hopefully we do really good. There's probably gonna be a lot of Jund there, but you know, we're all prepared for Jund. Tron player especially, one of my friends, and the Dredge player both want to play Jund like every round. I'm more like play Tron every round because my Tron matchup is very good, so hopefully I play Tron a few times. I beat Jund twice yesterday though in the last chance trial, so I mean it's even. It depends on how many collective brutalities they draw. So yeah, I mean I'm gonna go out to breakfast with a few people because I have to drop people off for the player meeting, and then after that I'm like free for 2 hours. So going out to breakfast, that should be fun. I'll get some footage of that, and then get some footage of the Grand Prix for you guys. And it's still so cool. I got my I'll try to get an interview with one of the artists. That should be pretty fun. I don't know if I'll be able to do that today. I might be able to do that tomorrow though. So yeah, that should be awesome. So yeah, I will see you guys there. All right, walking to the Grand Prix day 2. Not day 2, but day 2. It's these guys playing in the main event. They didn't have buys because they are horrible and lost and stuff.
Nah, dude.
It'd be fun.
It's because Ponza sucks ass.
See, told you. So yeah, I'm gonna go get breakfast with some friends, so that should be fun. And
He needs to fuel his brain to play the brain dead burn deck.
hey, there's thinking required in burn, okay?
Me
There's
face.
mindless boggles.
Exactly. No, but it's
Just
not as bad as
every
Boggles,
play.
where you literally just me play Boggle and me win.
Yeah, my old cousin kicks ass with boggles. There are smarter decks out there.
Yeah, you're playing Storm. Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, look at us. Oh, you're playing like a fair deck. He's playing Ponza and Storm
Fair
and
deck
Burn.
boys.
So yeah, we like to play unfair. It's all good. We also have Adnaz and like Dredge in our group. So we
Turn
have,
2 Bloodbraid is the most fair play in Modern.
oh, agreed. It's the best play. Like how do you get better than turn 2 Bloodbraid, turn 2 Blood Moon?
turn to
Blood Moon into Blood Braid into Blood Moon.
I like.
Possible. I like that.
It's true.
A bit of blood.
You always just get an arbor out 100% of the time.
No, you get a bolt with nothing on it, so you're just like, hey, oh, bolt face, and then
6 damage on turn 2.
Then
It's better than you.
Blog post down.
it's bad memes. All right, well, see you guys at breakfast. See. All right, I am here at breakfast with my friend Chris. Yeah, got a lot of pros here. He said that all the pros who aren't playing always come to breakfast here, and yeah, there's like Matt Nass over there, and Sam Party, so it's pretty sweet. And yeah, gonna enjoy my morning, go out and rock some rounds in the Grand Prix. All right, I beat Tron in 10 minutes. It was a pretty good match. Molten Rain, it's a card, sideboard. Friend's shaking his head over here. He won his match too. He's 2-1. Surrounded by people 2-1 and 1-2. One of them, the other one's 0-3. A little unlucky, but he had a great time. So I'm glad he came out here, had some fun. Yeah, hopefully you get a good matchup again next round and win. I got pretty unlucky that round. Lost to humans. Had a really good start both games. Like about to win, good start both games, and then drew mono lands from there. And you can't win if you don't draw gas. And I drew 10 lands in 2 games, which is a little rough. But I mean, I'm gonna come back and win the next one. And I'm 3-1 right now, which is still a great, fantastic record to be at. So hopefully, you turn this around, win the next one. See you guys there. Alrighty, I won the Burn Mirror. Man, it was the closest match I played throughout this whole Grand Prix so far. Game 1 was really close. She just casted a Searing Blazes, and I had 2 in hand, and he didn't have creatures, so had those dying in my hand. Game 2 was basically a Lightning Helix battle, and I drew more than him, so I got there, which was nice. And Game 3, I had a really, really tough play. I actually had a tank, and I know burn player thinking, right? But I did get there. I made the right play, and whew, I'm on the 4-1 now, so I just need to go 2-1 to make day 2 from here, which is, like awesome. And yeah, I mean, my friends aren't doing so hot right now. We were all at like 3-1 and 2-1 right now, and now it's like all X2 except for me. And one of my friends is still in a match right now. I'm gonna go check up on him. But I don't know. Hopefully, I could just get there, play Tron 3 times. That'd be nice. But yeah, so. Hold on a second. Well, I lost the Burn Mirror again, or I played the Burn Mirror again. And I lost this time. You can't win them all. You know, sometimes your opponent just outdraws you and there's really nothing you can do. That's what happened that game. Yeah, he just drew 2 Core Firewalkers game 2 and I drew 1. And we traded them off in combat and then he dropped the second one. I'm like, man, I'm dead. So yeah, I lost that one. But you know, if I 2-0 from here, I still make day 2. So I'm 4-2 right now, still solid. But now it's like crunch time. Now I really gotta fade. Fade elves and, you know, not elves, boggles and stuff. So yeah, talk to you guys later. Well, I lost. It's a little rough. I played against blue-white mid-range, weird deck. I killed him like instantly game 1, so I didn't really know what he was on. So I thought he was on control, so I boarded for control game 2, and then he killed me with creatures. So I'm like, oh god. So game 3, I boarded all my stuff, and I kept like the nuttiest 1-land hand of all time. I just, like, if I draw a second land within 3 turns, I win. And I drew it in 5 turns, so I died. He killed him at 4 life, and I had 2 Boros Charms in my hand, and I know he had a mana leak in his hand because I flipped it with Goblin Guide. So I'm like, well, I'm just dead here. I have literal no outs, right, besides casting the Boros Charm and making him cast the mana leak, so you know what happens, a little rough, but I'm gonna be doing a PTQ now tomorrow, or the loser event. So hopefully I'll do good in that and redeem myself, so stick around, see you. Well, I lost my last round too. I just kind of played a fun match. You know, we were already dead for day 2. So, I mean, we just kind of had fun. He was on a Mardu Pyromancer. So I'm like, hey, you know, we'll have some fun here today. I won the first game and then got utterly whomped the other 2 games, which is, you know, it's like whatevs. So I didn't make day 2, but hopefully I do good in the PTQ tomorrow. I feel like I just got more unlucky than like anything else. I feel like most of the matches I lost I could have won. I'm not gonna harp on it too much, you know, what's done is done. And yeah, hopefully I'll do better at the next Grand Prix day 1, but maybe I'll just win the PTQ, that'd be fun. Yeah, so see you guys then. So here with all our friends after the aftermath. 2 of us made day 2, which is awesome. Here's Matt's one of them.
Ponza, best deck. Blood Red Elf, broken.
6-2. He went 6-2. He won 4 in a row. He went with my friend Chris. Went to breakfast. The other one, he went 7-1. Insane.
Also Blood Red Elf apparently. Great. Other records, 3 of us in 4-4, including myself, and 1-5-3, and 1 less than that. So
I am over here.
he went 2-5-1, a bit unfortunate, but you know, he had fun, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I mean, that's it for day 1. Here at day 2 dinner, we're all celebrating Chris's 7-1, so awesome. Yeah, and Matt's 6-2. There he is. Whatever. Yeah. So we're all checking the standings, see what our final tie breaks are. He spun on tie breaks because he lost to Max McVitie. Pretty good player. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Good way to end this day. Even though it was a little disappointing during the day. This is my friend Paul. Oh, sorry, I almost hit you in the face. My bad. I missed. Yeah, even though it was a little disappointing for me, good to end it on a positive note. So always happy about that. And I'm gonna rock it tomorrow. So yeah. See you later.
Alright, I am here for day 3 of Grand Prix Phoenix. Just found out my friend's doing the PTQ too, because he also scrubbed out day 1, which is cool. Happy for him. So all of us who scrubbed out -1, who unfortunately can't make it today, are gonna be doing PTQ, and the 2 people who made day 2, I'm like hyping and cheering them on the whole way. So hopefully we have somebody in top 8. That'd be absolutely amazing. Because I called it at the beginning of the year, this is year 1 of us makes the Pro Tour, because we're all been grinding for it so hard, and hopefully, you know, I can make the Pro Tour from this if I, you know, just casually win. I think I have to go 8-0 maybe, or maybe 7-1, because how this works is there's going to be like 8 pools of people, and then the top seed from every pool makes top 8, and the winner of top 8 makes the Pro Tour. So when I did this last time, I went 4-1 and was second in my pool, because somebody went 5-0. But he actually could have lost his last round and gone 4-1, and then I could have made it, or he could have made it. It depended on tie breaks. But somebody did try to dream crush him and epically failed. The guy he beat me too. He was quite good. So hopefully I am in a smaller pool, so I could like almost afford to go 4-1, make me feel a little better. But you know, my deck didn't cooperate with me that much yesterday, but hopefully it turns out around, and today it's like, you know, all those horrible times when you need lands and it gave you spells, and you needed spells and it gave you lands. Yeah, let's just not do that today. And I'll be like, yes, thanks, Burn. And I just draw perfectly, and I play against Jund and Tron, and not like all my worst matchups like humans and blue-white mid-range and PZs. That sucked. So hopefully I don't do that, and I just rock this PTQ and make the Pro Tour. Yeah. See you guys at the GP. All right, walk in to Grand Prix Phoenix, 3rd day. Here with Grayson and Matt again. Andrew, his memes, so he left. Because he went 2-5-1 yesterday. So yeah, Matt here made day 2, but he's like sick as hell. So if he gets 4 losses, he's dropping, because then he's dead for top 8. But I mean, we're gonna have good time today. I'm playing the PTQ, so which means I need to like do really good. So I'm gonna do really good, and then Grayson's doing like, he did limited Fnatic, so he got all that. To quote yesterday, Matt said Ponza sucks ass.
It's the best deck in Modern.
He also has like old woman smoker voice because he has like bronchitis or whatever.
He is bad.
He is bad. So yeah, we're gonna go in there. We're just gonna like mono win, and hopefully Chris wins too. We have both these guys in top 8 or whatever. You're in the 6 shirt there. I mean, yeah, let's do this. All right, so I forgot to record after my first round of the trial. I won my first round. I beat Bant Nightfall, which is pretty sick. So I was 1-0, and then I lost my last round to Eldrazi, Carlos Eldrazi. I won game 1 instantly, and game 2, he mulled to 4-lander and didn't draw a spell. In game 3, he got a Chalice on 1, and I revelried it, and he's like, okay, second Chalice on 1, and I'm looking at my hand of 4 1-drops, and I go, boy, that's not good. And I only drew 1-drops the rest of the game. I didn't draw lands, I drew 1-drops. I'm like, no. So I kept like ramming spells into 1-drops into Chalice, hoping he'd miss one, and he never did. So I lost that one, but you know, I still had fun. I'm going for price ticks at this point now, because I think I'm dead for top 8, but 5-1 could make it, so I'm still gonna play. Hopefully he runs like fire. So yeah, see you guys later. Oh man, that was a fun match, but I lost. He was on like red green mid range, so he drops turn 2 Blood Moon in game 1, and I lost with 2 Helixes and 2 Boros Charms in my hand. He's at like 4. I'm like, no, so close, but so far. So that was pretty close. Game 2, I like almost pulled out of my ass. Like, oh my god. So I was at 3 life, and I had a deflecting palm in my hand and a path. Like I ripped the path off the top, and he had a 2/1 Finks that died, a Raging Ravine with a counter on it, and a Scooz with 2 counters on it. So I'm like, okay, he fires with the Raging. He's at 8 life. Fires up Raging Ravine, attacks with everything. I path the Scooz, deflecting palm the Raging Ravine, and he goes to 3 life, and if I rip a burn spell off the top, I win. So he had 1 card in hand, and it wasn't Bolt, or else I would have just been dead last turn. So he draws his card, says, fires Raging Ravine, move to combat. I'm like, yep. He attacks me with everything. So I'm like, okay, well, I will path your Scooz. He's like, yeah, I'll just Bolt you in response. I'm like, no, you ripped it off the top. So I'm like, yeah, I had deflecting palm in my hand. I would have palmed your Raging Ravine, and then taken 2, gone to 1, and I flipped the top card as a Skull Crack. I'm like, oh, I would have won too. Man, I was like that close to pulling that out of like absolutely nowhere, but I mean, it happens. It was a close match. Had a lot of fun. So I'm 1-2 right now, so I'm definitely out for top 8, but I could win some like prize ticks, so that could be sweet, because I got like 220 already from the first day, or 240. So like walking around, I got some prize ticks. Hopefully I can win the next one and finish with like a 4-2 record. Be pretty strong and just like win. Be nice. My friend Chris, he lost his first 2 rounds unfortunately, and Matt did too. So Matt dropped, and Chris, he's still playing. And then he played against Steve Rubin, and he beat him 2-0, which is really sweet. So I'm happy for him. So I don't know how he's doing right now. I'm gonna look for my friends right now. So I'll catch up with you guys later. Oh man, that sucked. I didn't have time to record after my 4th match. Really close. Lost to Esper Dragons. It's like Esper Control, I guess, with Ojitai. And yeah, I lost because he got down ley line both games 2 and 3. In game 2, I didn't side in Revelry because I'm a stupid idiot and I didn't really expect it. And game 3, I had Revelry, but it got countered twice. So I'm like, oops. So I lost, and then I just played against Red Green Aljazi and lost in 3 again. I'm like, just man, screw burn right now. It did not treat me well this weekend. That last match against Red Green, I kept a solid 3-land hand, 3 land spells, and I drew no spells after that. I'm like, God, come on. It's like literally been my whole weekend, just like not drawing correctly. But I mean, as is the life of a burn player, so I don't know if I'm gonna what I'm gonna do the rest of this day. Probably going to, I might jam some Pauper with my friend, but honestly, I really don't want to play against Delver. If not, then I'm gonna see what my friends are doing. I might do a draft. That could be fun. I mean, I don't really know. I just got like sober out that last time. I'm like exhausted, so I don't know. We'll see, and I'll get back to you guys later. All right, so I joined a Pauper event, and I won my first match. I'm playing Mono Blue Delver, which is awesome. I love that deck. I played a lot on Moto, which is sweet, so I'm very familiar with it. Man, it's getting a little depressing. All the tables are like wiped because like GP is wrapping up, which means I need to spend my 100 ticks soon. Because I got these like 100 ticks, and you use it at the prize wall. Like, wait, see if I can get it. Way back there. So I don't know. Hopefully, I will do that and just 3-0 this Pauper thing and just get 1 million ticks by booster box. That would be an awesome way to end this. But yeah, friends did a team trios and they went 3-0. So I mean, that's pretty cool. They got a ton of ticks for that. And now they're thinking of doing some Seamander, which is sweet. And yeah, friend Paul's doing Pauper with me. He's on Blue-Red Delver, so I mean, I'd like to play him in the Mono Blue deck. So yeah, this has been an awesome time at this GP, and let's keep it going with some wins with Pauper. Okay, see you there. Oh my God. Well, I forgot to make a vlog post after my second round, but I won my second round. He was on Turbo Fog, and I like demolished him, wasn't close. So that was cool. And then my third round, I was up against, like, there's one guy there on Dendrovatron. I'm like, please don't let it be the Dendrovatron guy, and it was. I'm like, oh. So like, okay. like, it's not like it's a bad match, it's just like the grindiest of grinds for matches. It just comes down to like counterspell wars and like how many moments pieces and like extra crews he has and stuff. And I won game 1 in like, it was like 40-minute game 1. Like, it's insanely long game 1 that I barely eked out. I had to like fade a draw step, and I did. He was like, yeah, it's game. Like, whew. And then game 2, we had like 8 minutes to play, and I got there in turn 1 of turns. I could have like just stalled for the win because I had like 4 counter spells in my hand, and he was casting moments pieces and stuff. So I could have like not just let it resolve and just like use my counter spells a lot less aggressively and just stall for the win, because if I tie the match, then I win. But I'm like, no, he deserves to like have an actual match like we weren't in turns. So I decided to play a little more aggressively, and I did, and I won. So I went 3-0 on Popper. So that feels really good. Great way to end this awesome weekend. I'll do a recap pretty soon. I'm just got these 400 ticks I gotta use. So maybe I'll get a booster box. So yeah, let's do that. All right, so I used my 440 ticks, or 400 ticks for 360 box of Ixalan. It's actually my first ever booster box, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna open it or I'm gonna draft. Want to save it like for a draft someday? Probably going to open it. Not gonna lie, 'cause it's pretty tempting. Then I also got 4 packs of Power of Devastation that I'm gonna open with my buddy Paul here. He's the one who let me use his deck for the Popper event, even though it wasn't built, and I'm like 20 minutes for the event, we need to finish this deck. So we did, and I'm happy we did, because, you know, it turned out pretty well. He's de-sleeving it, because they're my sleeves. So yeah, crack this packs and get back to you. So finished my loose packs, the 4 of Hour, and uncommons are pretty bad. I got the Supremo though, so like, I mean, take it. Commons are horrible. I got 2 full art lands, so Dece. There's just more commons that are horrible. So, my rares are out of trash, but then like my last pack, like, oh, I have foil, I might as well do it, and it's a, you know, foil bolus, so acceptable. I got this box of Ix staring at a bolus, so we'll see what happens from here. Yeah, excited. Woo! All right, so walking to the car with Matt. He scrubbed out day 2.
Monza sucks ass again.
Yeah, instantly. He like dropped 2 matches. Like, yeah, I just, you know, dropped.
Yeah, we
So he did like team trios and stuff. Where are you going?
Yeah,
This
my
way.
team sucked. Well, I'm looking at the king.
Okay. Well, anyways,
It's on the prize.
yeah, my prize. We're going 3-0 and Popper. So, and GP Phoenix was awesome. Even though like I didn't even make day 2, and he sucked on day 2, we still had an awesome time. Yeah. Chris, he had an unfortunate day 2. He finished 9-6. He beat Steve Rubin, which is one of his 2 wins today, which is awesome. But like, he had a rough day 2 for sure. But yeah, so I'll do a wrap up when I get back to my place. But this is gonna be it from the convention center. See you guys there. All right, I am back at my place, and just to conclude my experience at GP Phoenix, it was awesome. Like, just 100%, hands down, one of the funnest I've ever had. Fun times I've ever had. Sorry, I'm pretty brain dead. As warning, what will happen to you if you play GPs, by the end of it, you'll be brain dead like me, and like you'll for a full day, and you need sleep very badly. Like it's 10, and I got school tomorrow. Not looking forward to that because this is the end of my spring break. So that sucks. But I mean, yeah, it's cool. So day 1, Friday, was awesome. I played some Last Chance Trials, got some good cards, and I even won one of them, which was sweet. So got 2 buys, and that was awesome. Went out to dinner. It's just, once again, awesome. I'm going to say that word a lot. So that was cool. And then I woke up for day 2, which didn't go so hot, but I was a little disappointed how it went. But, you know, I still had fun during that day. And I said earlier that, you know, what's done is done, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it's very true. I like watched that. I'm like, man, there's truth in that words. Wise dude. So, yeah. So even though I didn't make day 2 of the Grand Prix, I still had fun on Saturday. Yesterday it was a lot of fun. And then today, didn't do so hot in the PTQ. In fact, I did like trash, garbage, horrible. So that wasn't fun. But you know, I'm like, whatever, maybe I'll play Popper, because my friend Paul has a whole Popper gauntlet, and he has like literally like 20 Popper decks or something in paper, because he started playing Popper paper before Paper Popper or whatever, before it became a thing, and now he got like massively rewarded. So he has like all these Paper Popper decks, and I'm like, hey, I was like gonna play Elves, and I love playing Mono Blue Delver. It's my favorite Popper deck. I actually won season 3 of the Amino League series, which is Popper, our only Popper League so far, with Mono Blue Delver. It went undefeated, didn't drop a single game. So I'm like, hey, do you have a like Delver deck, dude? He's like, nah, I don't got one, but like I have most of it. Like, why don't we just like, it's probably $20 to buy the rest of this deck. It was not $20, by the way. And he's like, yeah, but like I don't really want to. I'm like, come on, dude. It's like, when else are you gonna play Popper? He's like, well, I don't really want to play this deck. I'm like, I want to play it. He's like, well, I mean, who knows if it's good? I'm like, it's good. So okay, fine, I'll buy it. So we went to like all the vendors, and the very last, like they picked up a few pieces along the way. We were still missing like Ninja the Deep Hours, which is like the #1 most important card for that deck besides maybe Delver Secrets. So we're at like this last booth, and every person said no on Ninja. So I'm like, oh boy, that's not good. We have to go like ask people for trades. You have ninjas. Like after this, I'm like getting ready to tell my friend Paul, like, hey, you have to go like talk to people and ask them if they have ninjas, because this is about to get rough. And the last guy, we're like, ninjas? He's like, almost certainly yes. And we're like, yes. He's like, yeah, I actually have 3. Is that okay? And we had 1. So that was really cool. Sorry, my dad just walked in. So we need, I lost my train of thought. So we're like, yeah, we got the ninjas, and you got all the other cards in there, so it's sweet. And we're like sleeving up the deck, and it was like 5 minutes before the event. We're like trying to get it all done, and we're like, yes, we got it. So we even had time for a practice game, and that was awesome. And playing that Popper event was definitely like the best decision I made the whole weekend. It was an unruly amount of fun. I forgot how much fun Popper was. We'd play more of it on Moto now. So that was awesome. And even if I didn't win, like, yeah, I went 3-0, which was amazing. Even if I didn't win, like, I still would have had a ton of fun in that event. That third match against Tron, that was something. It was one of the like grindiest games I've ever played. Like game 1 took almost the entire match. There was like 10 minutes left in the round. We like asked the judge, like, it's turn 5. This game's been going on for a while. Hey judge, how much time is left in the round? It's like 8 minutes. I'm like, ugh, yikes. And like we went to turns, and I had like 5 counter spells in my hand. I like could have stalled the game out, and try to go like for the win, because like if we draw this game, then I win the match. So like I'm favored. So I could have just said go and like let his Moment's Peace resolve, like his Fogs resolve, instead of trying to counter them. Which I could have gotten punished by. Like instead of what I did with countering them, which I could have gotten punished by, but like I wanted to win the game, like I was actually gonna win it, and I did win it on turn 1 of turns. So that was cool, and yeah, my overall GP experience was just amazing. If you haven't been to a GP, go. Like literally, if there's one nearby, like there's one in my town. But I don't know if I'm gonna go right now because it's not my event. Like just jam side event. My friend went just jam side events all weekend, and he had an unruly amount of fun. Play what you like. Play side events you like. Have fun. It's not all about the main event. It's not all about your record. It's all about just having fun, having a good time playing Magic. That's what we're all here for. And yeah, I think that's gonna put a wrap on my vlog. Thanks for watching, guys.